everybody, and welcome to Flavor House Network's The Love Rhythm Recipe. Tonight, oh baby, if you haven't seen the short, I am doing a crispy chicken sandwich. But not just any sandwich, it's going to be the biggest, the boldest, the best. It's going to be your obsession. And speaking about obsessions, our topic tonight is love or obsessions, not exceptions, obsessions. And we're going to be exploring 3 different songs from 3 different artists that I love, love, love. The first is going to be Heather Headley, In My Mind. The second will be Aretha Franklin, the Queen, Until You Come Back to Me. That's what I'm going to do. And finally, my most favorite song that Mary J. ever did, in my opinion, is Can't Be Without You. So we're going to see all the different dynamics that come with these particular songs and whether it is love or obsession. Let me see what we got here for our ingredients. It's going to be easy. It's not a lot, but you know I always got to take it to the Casey. But before I do that, guess what I got? The mystery mocktail. Ooh, baby. What is this? Let me taste it. That's hot right there. That's going to go good with that sandwich. What's going on here, mixologist?
Right there we have the Island Obsession Mocktail.
Ooh.
It is frozen pineapples, frozen mangoes, coconut cream, orange juice, honey, and some ice to give it that nice texture. And then we top it off with the cherries.
And it's so thick, and it's now my favorite. What? Obsession. All right, y'all. Let me show y'all these ingredients for all you foodies out there, because I know you've just been waiting. I know you saw that sandwich. I've been waiting all week. I have 4 chicken breasts that I have butterflied. And butterfly simply means if your chicken breast is this thick, you slice it that way, but not all the way through. You open it up, and it looks like this here. It looks like that big giant piece of chicken that's on that sandwich. Yes, it does. And we have put a little bit of dry brine on here, some Adolph's meat tenderizer. And do we have a little of that here so we can show them what it is in case they're interested? Okay, so we're going to show you what it is. I use Adolph's meat tenderizer to keep the moistness in for anything that I cook pretty much. And it's a very good, quick, dry brine. It does have some sodium, but because I don't use a lot of sodium in other of my stuff, I can do that. And like I said, just be mindful if you're going to use it. All right, so we have that. I have 2 different types of onion. I have white onion. And then I'm going to have a red onion that beautiful assistant is going to chop up for me. She started crying, so she had to cease. Okay, but we have some red onion, and we're going to have some white onion. Actually, we're going to have some red onion, both of the 2, and I am going to caramelize them, and I'm going to season them. So they're going to be pretty good. So here's the red onion. She's going to go and chop that up. Okay. I also have, and let's put this over here. I'm going to be using, and like I said, I got this cheese, and did my Gouda come?
Yes.
I have Gouda, and I have this smoked, medium cheddar. It's not all the way sharp. It's like in between, and it has a smoked flavor. You can get, like I said, whatever cheese you like. I'm just trying this out, and I'm going to pair it with a Gouda cheese too. I'm going to use, of course, these beautiful buns here. These brioche buns are pretty big, okay? So I get the brioche buns, and I'm going to herb butter these buns. These are the herbs. It's basil, Italian herbs, and parsley. I have some minced garlic that's going to go in my herb butter. Of course, butter makes all things better. So we have that. And I have some beautiful spicy, Hellmann's makes a beautiful spicy mayonnaise rather. So I'm cutting, down things and not having to spice it up myself. But if you don't get any of this and you have regular mayonnaise, just put a little bit of hot sauce or cayenne in it, and that'll spice it up. I have some honey here. That's going to be my sweetener. I have some Dijon mustard, and this is all for the special sauce that I'm making for this chicken sandwich. And then, of course, I have my dry spices. I have some powdered rosemary. I have some smoked paprika. I have some black pepper. I have a little white pepper. I have some garlic powder. I have onion powder. I have some cayenne pepper right here. And of course, the star of the show always, my KC's Blessing, which I will be putting out 50 of these in about 3 weeks. I'm just waiting for the final touches, and I'll let you guys know. It's going to be my first batch, and you better hurry and get you some. That's all I can say. I'm going to be using that, and if I need a little bit of salt, because we all know Beautiful Assistant has what? A salt fetish. So we always have to check with her to see if it's enough salt for her. Okay. Anyhow, let's get this over here. I'm going to get my chicken seasoned and, some flour. And I have a little secret thing that I'm going to be using. You can pan fry yours in some canola oil. I got some other stuff going on, which you may want to try, but you may not. Also, you know, we have some shredded lettuce and we have a beautiful tomato that we're going to put on there for those who want tomato, which is me.
Do you want me to put on?
Yes, them all go together. So, love and obsession. It can be a thin line, just like they say it's a thin line between love and hate. It can be a thin line, trust and believe. So I chose these particular songs because they're some of my faves. And they can be interpreted in several different ways. Hey there, my family. Hey, Jerome, how are you? Hey there, Lone, how are you with your beautiful pink hands? Yes, I still can't find my pink gloves again. I'm not happy, but I'm going to find it because they would have went perfect with this outfit. Your gloves go great with mine, that's for sure. But anyway, back to these songs. In My Mind is a very, very, very great song. I love that song. And if you don't know it, check out Heather Headley and this song. Well, the song is based on someone who no longer is together with this person, but she still longs for him. She feels she's right for him, and she thinks that he's made the wrong choice, and she's kind of like hanging out there in the wind in her mind that she's always going to be his girl, his lady. No matter what he does, she's always going to be vested in him. Is that love or is that obsession? We're going to explore. We got a lot of different things. Okay, so that's the first one. But first, let me get over here and get this chicken seasoned like I wanted it to. What I'm going to do is I'm taking it out and I'm going to put it on some foil. Matter of fact, I may do it right here because it's a little wet from the brine. And I want it to get as dry as possible. I mean, look at this. Look at this, guys. I'm going to drink some.
It's very pretty.
I'm going to put it over here, though, so I can make some space. And I am going to dry this off a little with some paper towels. And before I do that, before I get too deep into the sauce, I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. Okay, because y'all been letting me slip here lately, and it's like, for all of you who are new here, they let me slip. They let me slip. Okay, don't think that we're tripping. This is not your ordinary cooking show. This is cooking, communication, and all of the things involved. You'll never see anything like this again. Trust me. So you got to keep coming back. All right, let me get these glasses on. So now I can see somewhat because they're a little dirty, but we're going to fix them. Anyhow, let me get some foil. And I will put this chicken out here and I'm going to season it. And then we can still talk because guess what? In this life, we learn multitasking is a key. And we do that a lot here. So let me get that over here. So how's everybody doing? I hope you had a great week. Like I said, I look forward to all of this. I will tell you guys this. I had a morning. Yes, I did. I had a morning. The morning was spent getting radiated. I had an MRI. It was not fun. So trust and believe. Behind the smile is a lot of pain. But I never let that get me down. Never let anything get you down. You just keep right on moving. Let me move this like that. Put this in here. I'm going to get my gloves because I'll be touching this raw chicken. And no cross-contamination. We ain't trying to do all that. So let me just move this stuff over here. Move this up here. And then we be okay. You know, I just lost y'all a second. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the sides up to this foil so it doesn't get too much mess on here. I'm just trying to dry it off. Okay, let's take that off of there. And I have 4 big pieces here. Now, you know, and these going to be the biggest sandwiches ever in life. Okay, so I'm looking for my gloves.
I'm going to check it.
Okay, I think that someone has moved my gloves as usual. I tell you, you turn your back and people just mess with your stuff. So I'm going to take my jewelry off, and if I have to wash my hands 1,000 times, I will do that. In the meantime, let me get this out. I want you to see what this looks like. So what we did, as I said, this used to be together. We took it, we butterflied it. So we have 1, 2, 3, and they're huge. 4 of these. So I'm going to dry them off a little. And probably will have to put another piece of foil here because this is not long enough because they're so big. So I'm going to turn them. If you see, this would be where the skin would be, but it's no skin in here because these are boneless, skinless. So I'm going to turn it where the skin would be to start with my drying off and seasoning. So now I'm going to go wash my hands and I need to touch my paper towels. All righty. Just get a little bit of soap on here, clean the hands. And dry them off because we always want to be clean when we're dealing with, especially when we're dealing with chicken and stuff like that. We do not want any cross-contamination. We don't want no salmonella. We don't want none of that. And y'all know I'm just obsessive when it comes to cleaning stuff. So that's just me. Anywho, let me get over here. I'm going to touch these paper towels. Now what I'm going to do with these paper towels, I'm just going to put them on here and dry some of the, not even liquid, it's just a little wet. And I want them to be drier because I want them to be crispy as they can be. So, Jerome, I know that you're trying to make your sandwich out there, so just follow the process. But anyway, so within my mind, I look at it in a couple of ways. How deep did the love go? For her, it was very deep. For him, and I don't think it was so much. But she's still invested. His family is still invested in her because his mother is coming to her and telling her about how much pain he's in with this new chick and that he needs a friend. Well, if your mama knows that I treated you bad, meaning him, why in the world would she keep poking the bear with that girl? She's trying to heal. She can't heal. She can't heal because there was no closure. And he just kind of, I guess, dipped on her or just left her. And she's there with all of these emotions and all these feelings, like last week, holding on to the hurt, not dealing with the reality of the situation. And she is like just stuck in this perpetual hamster wheel of he's still mine. He just out there, doing whatever he's doing for now, but he gonna come. There's a part of the song where she says, basically, if you really love something, you set it free. And if it comes back, then it really belongs to you. I don't know if she really believes that. Because it's as robustly as she is singing that, in my mind, I'm always going to be your lady. It can be in your mind, but we have to look at the reality of things as far as I'm concerned. What do you guys think? So, Low Wanderer says the smokers are coming out tomorrow. Oh, really? The season has begun. Ribs, Lone Wanderer is the smoking queen. She is going to smoke something. She's going to barbecue something. She's just like my grill master. Yes, she is. She's all that. But see, we grill all year long, pretty much. It's like unless you can't get out there, and pretty much we can. And we're further north than Lone is, but yeah, we do. In any case, with the song itself and the premise, I know a lot of times it is hard, especially when you don't make the decision to conclude or you're not in control of a situation. And I'm just trying the other side. It makes it difficult for some people to really relinquish or to get the picture they have in their mind to fit the reality of the situation. And so they kind of just linger perpetually in that state. Sometimes it's a long time. Sometimes it can be forever. Sometimes the light comes on and like, okay, finally I'm just going to let this go. I'm going to get me some help for me, strengthen myself so I can be fortified to move forward. And that's what you got to think about. Every single time there's a situation or you have a relationship issue, you have to think of all of the dynamics, all of the circumference of the situation, every angle, but then it always leads back to you and the decisions that you choose to make or not. So I can say that her love goes very deep. Him, I don't know. He may have some commitment phobia issues. Her love may have been so strong and so solidified that it scared him. He may come back because he may want to be one of those people that goes back and forth if you let the door stay open. I say her ignoring red flags. Hey there, Lois. How are you? This is my friend Lois, everybody out there. Hey, everybody. And Lois says, maybe we'll meet again one of these days. What she says, before Casey becomes too good. What do you mean? I'm never, ever going to become too good for my family because y'all are always my family. Never, ever. So that's something you don't have to worry about. Anywho, so back to this young lady. And I'm not saying Heather Hetley is the person, but she sang the song. She gave us her interpretation of the lyrics. And I'm just going into, it could be either or. Okay. So creating a version of someone in your head, okay, loving the potential. That's another one. Have you ever loved somebody because you saw their potential? They weren't there yet, but you saw their potential. You saw through all the muck. You saw through everything that somebody told you, and you love their potential to be, or you think that you can get them there and grow them. You got to think about that. See, everybody's not ready to be tended to like a flower. Some people just want to stay a seed. You got to understand that. So, ignoring the red flags, like I keep saying, we keep saying the flags are purple, they're pink, they're chartreuse, they're every other color. We are not doing ourselves a service because we're putting ourselves in a sense of vulnerability. And you don't want to be vulnerable to the point, to the detriment of your own emotions, your own mental health, and your own physical health. You really don't. Okay, so now that I've dried all this off, I'm going to clean my hands again, but I still haven't gotten the gloves. So I'm assuming that they're missing an action.
At the moment.
Okay, so let me wash my hands. Because I touched the chicken. So I'll be back and forth washing my hands, y'all, because I can't do this like this. We can't be touching stuff and in my mind thinking it's not going to do anything to me, and in my mind it can, and in my body it can. So I'm going to just pick this up. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a piece of paper towel. I'm going to have to go back here and wash my hands. No, I'm going to get something else. I'm going to get my little tongs here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I still need my gloves.
I know. I'm still on the hunt for them.
Okay. Oh, wow. This is so tight over here. I can't even get them out.
You know?
No, I got it. It's really tight. All right. So let me get my tongs, y'all. Okay. Got my gloves. Good. So I'll put those on. And I'll keep my tongs over here for something else. Anywho, let me get the gloves on because I want y'all to see what it looks like. It still has a little glisten to it, but that's fine because that means that it's going to be moist, but it's not wet. And that's something that I don't want it to be as wet because then it won't be as crisp as I need it to be. And that's important. So, yes, Casey's blessing is on the way, Lolo. It is. I'm waiting for one more permit, and then I can do my little first production launch, and I'm gonna let you guys know. And trust me, and then I want y'all to let me know. Is it everything that I promised? Because, I know it is. All right, so this is what you got like that. So We got it like this. I'm going to leave it flat. I'm going to put another piece of foil here, and I'm just going to season it up lightly. And I'm going to get a paper plate so I can kind of, matter of fact, no, I'm not going to keep my flour inside my bag so I don't make a big mess. Okay, so let me get this over here and over there. Make this a little wider.
Oh, the low wonder is over there. I'm glad you got this for me.
What'd you say?
She said, I'm glad you were able to, like, you sorted out the permit.
Oh, no. Everything is, listen, I'm not doing anything that I wouldn't be done to me. So I have everything. And that was the biggest thing, Lone, I'm going to tell you and everybody else. That's why it took so long, because I had to do lots of research before I decided to put this stuff out. I had to make sure that all the T's were crossed and every I was dotted, even though I was eager for you guys to try it. But I didn't want to do anything to you that I wouldn't do to my family. Okay. And so that is why it took so long. So I apologize that I've been talking about it. But when you get it, you can feel good about it. And that's the most important thing. I hope you forgive me, all of you. And all of you don't know about it, watch all those videos. I use it for everything except for sweets. I'm going to figure out how to do that too. Watch. Okay. So I'm going to get a piece of this paper towel, and I'm going to get my Make It Rain Casey's blessing, because that's what I like to use. Okay, and
I'll put it in there for you.
All right. So she took it.
For a second, sorry.
She took my Make It Rain Casey's blessing
I know,
out.
that one was on display.
Yes, we're displaying this one, but the Make It Rain is faster for me, and I will have that available for you guys once you try this. Then you'll want to make it rain. Then you'll be like, okay, let's rain. Anyhow, while she's doing that, I'm going to put some powdered rosemary. And I suggest powdering your own rosemary because it's really expensive. I find I can't live without it now, because rosemary, I love the flavor, but those little heart pieces, it just wasn't doing it for sis. So I'm going to do the rosemary. Put it on there. That's like that. And I'm going to do a little bit of garlic powder. Just like that. A little bit of onion powder. Because we're building flavors here. If you looked at the short, you saw that sandwich. That sandwich is a beast. Well, every flavor you will be able to distinguish. And it's going to be the most delicious thing you rolled around your mouth on a Saturday or any day. I can't wait. I've been waiting all day. I've been waiting all week. I almost had to make it again because I need to taste it. But anyway, so I did that. Now I'm going to put a little bit of white pepper. And I'm going to do all of this on the opposite side too. Now I'm going to stay way back from this white pepper because it tends to make me sneeze. Okay. And I thought I saw my black pepper on here, but I don't see it anymore. So I thought I saw black pepper.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of black pepper. So if you're following Jerome, do this with whatever you have. Do it. Okay. So just like I said, those two peppers together, they do some things to me. Hey, Dad, you said, where did you find the powdered rosemary? Well, you can go on Amazon and they have it, and it's pretty steep. We just get regular rosemary, dry rosemary, and we have a NutriBullet. And so Beautiful Assistant puts it in a NutriBullet and it powders. Or you can get like those coffee grinders or something like that. Hey, my sister, how are you? I have all my family here in the chat for all of you that are looking out there. So we got a live chat going on. We have people that are in the family that look out there and just have their little relaxed time, watch me do my thing. And then we have all our new people coming in trying to figure out what in the world is going on. So it's a lot of different dynamics going on for sure. In any case, Deb, if I were you, I would get one of those little grinders, a coffee grinder or something like that, because it's cheaper. Because then you can get like rosemary from Aldi's or something like that that's very inexpensive and grind it yourself and not spend all that money. For real, for real. I'm always trying to get up something for a bargain. So now I got my big old Make It Rain, Casey's Blessing, and I'm going to make it rain. And for those of you who are new to Casey's Blessing, I can make it rain. Do you see this? I can just do this and there's no measurements because Casey's Blessing has no salt and no sugar. It's all spices, all flavor. It is a flavor enhancer, and you can do these kind of things. So if you notice, I'm not putting any paprika on here because you want to season your flour. Now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do all the same things. And for all of you who are just coming in, I am seasoning these big, giant butterfly chicken breasts. Okay, so let's flip them over. And we get it that you never do anything on one side. You do it on both. Whatever you do to one, you want to do to the other. It's just like when you have many children. Don't treat one better than the other. Just it's an equalizer. Okay, so we get that like that. I'm going to start with the Casey's Blessing this time because now it's here. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Just like that. Then I'm going to go back. I'm going to do my onion powder for those of you who missed the first side. And I'm going to do my garlic powder. Just like that. And you're saying, okay, garlic powder. I have said it many times, garlic powder, dry garlic powder tastes totally different than fresh garlic. And I do use both, but I'll be using the fresh garlic in my herb butter for the buns. So not to worry. And then I'm going to put a little bit of white pepper on here. White pepper just kind of lifts it. And my cayenne pepper, I'm going to do a little heat to this, but I'm going to put a little bit of the cayenne pepper inside my flour. You don't have to do the heat. That's why I didn't advertise it was a spicy thing, but they like spice up in here. Okay. And I think that's everything. I'm not putting any salt right now. So I have it, and it looks like this. If you guys see on both sides. So let's get this over here off of here, and then I got to clean this table off. And then once I clean the table off, then I'm going to start dredging my chicken. Okay. No. I just need to clean. Yeah, I need a fiber cloth so I can clean my table off.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yep, that's what I need. We probably want to put the cheese back in the fridge until
later on.
Right, because we don't want it to get melted.
Okay.
And I got about 2.5 cups of flour here. I think that's going to be enough. I was going to put it on a plate to dredge it, but you don't have to. I'm going to put it inside this packet here, inside the freezer bag, and keep a little mess down. So, for those of you who didn't hear, I was analyzing my take on Heather Headley's in my mind. We're talking about love or obsession. Are you in love or are you obsessed? You got to think about it. Sometimes love feels so intense. It's so strong until you feel like you just can't live without this person, and you say to yourself, well, you can say, hey, that is like the deepest, truest, most in-depth love feeling ever in life. However, how many times have you felt that deepness? Just being a devil's advocate here now, I'm not saying that it isn't. I have been with the same person for 40-something years, and it's deep for me, okay? However, if you can repeat that process a lot, you might want to do some deep diving on them feelings. Listen. This is why we're here, so we can get all perspectives. So I'm going to put that question out there. What do you guys think? If those feelings can be repetitive over and over, everyone you meet,
yeah.
What do you think? I'm just saying.
You might need to check into it.
Okay, so Beautiful Assistant says you might need to check it.
Check into it.
Anybody out there, family in the chat? Anybody? What do y'all think? I'm gonna season up this flour, and hopefully it's enough because those are some big pieces of chicken. But we have plenty more flour, so I'm gonna take some of the smoky paprika. This gives a good flavor, but it also helps the browning process. You don't want to put too much, so I'm going to put a half a teaspoonful in here because I don't want my chicken to get too dark. I want it to be golden. So I have that. I'm going to take some garlic powder, not salt, put that in. I'm going to put, and that was onion, so I'm going to put the garlic in. That's powder too. And I'm going to put just a dash of cayenne because my family likes heat. If you don't like heat, you can omit this. A dash. That would be like maybe an eighth teaspoonful of that. I am going to hit it with some Casey's blessing because Casey got to bless everything.
Okay, why not?
Okay, and until you can get it, you use whatever all-purpose seasoning you have available. Just watch your salt, read your labels. Butterfly in the sky, reading rainbow. Okay.
So, Lone Wanderer's Bunker said obsession is part of love, but it's just a dash and not a pour. Yeah, metered. It needs to be metered.
I can understand that viewpoint, yes, because it's such a thin line. You can easily, I think, go over it. You know, I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of, when I say a quarter teaspoonful of this rosemary, and then I'm going to do some black pepper. I'm not going to do the white pepper. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of black pepper, and now is when I'm going to do the little pinch of salt. So when I say a pinch, let me show you what I mean. It's about an eighth teaspoon of salt, just like that. Man, maybe a quarter. Okay, just like that. All right, so now once I get all this stuff in here like this, close my bag up. And then I'm going to make sure that this is all incorporated. Now, if it looks the color I want it to look, which is still too white, I'm going to put a little bit more Casey's blessing in it and a little bit more paprika, because it's not going to take too long for these chicken breasts to cook. They're pretty thick. I didn't have Buffalo System pound them too flat, because the flatter you pound them, the faster they cook. So it's up to you. You can actually use chicken cutlets, but you know, like I said, I got to go excess. Hey there, Lolo. You said you've experienced a session until you realized you were the prize. Oh, I feel you. So Lois says that she's experienced obsession until she realized that she was the prize too. And that helped her put things into perspective. That's what you're saying. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm going to tell you like this. It is not conceit. It is not selfishness. It is not any of those things to be aware of who you are and what you bring to the table. It is nothing wrong with you caring about yourself. You asking other people to care about you, but you don't care about yourself enough to make things palatable for your life too. You got to think about that. Self-sacrifice is not a way to live your life. Okay, you can share the sacrifice. You can focus on you and do you and not share yourself, but don't ever put yourself in a second position. And that I'm not going to even bend on that. Don't do that, because putting yourself in a second position puts you in a lot of predicaments that you might not get into if you were. The first law of nature is self-preservation. Why do we come here and we stop adhering to the first law of nature? That doesn't mean that you're selfish. That means that in order for you to give of yourself, you have to be part of the party. So let me put this in here. I'm just doing this because I want my chicken to be nice and browned, but I don't want it to be over browned before it's cooked on the inside. And so, beautiful assistant, the internal temperature of chicken should be about 165, right? Yes. Right. So that's what we're looking at. So let me just put a little bit more of this paprika in there. And then when I mix this up, okay, and Lolo says, it's self-esteem. Valuing yourself, because as a wife, a mom, a grandma, a daughter, sister, I used to put everyone's needs first. And we tend to do that. We tend to do that when we have other people in our lives. We tend to do that. Very seldom when you have other people in your lives do you negate their feelings. You learn, we are taught to think about others. We really are. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But in the process, many of us, and I have been guilty of it, and I'm still guilty of it a lot, thinking about everybody else besides myself. Okay. Going through pain so everybody else can have pleasure. And thinking only about other people, and in the long term, if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be here to help them. You won't be here to think about them. That will be a null point. You know what I'm saying? So really, by thinking about yourself and taking care of yourself emotionally and physically and spiritually, you are a better you for the people that you're trying to take care of. So, yeah, and that's what we got to keep putting in our heads. Our heads. You said it's ironic she had to go through a chronic illness to realize it's okay to take care of yourself. That's right. That's right. And we do it all the time. And we do it a lot in relationships. We do it in not just romantic relationships, but in our relationships, period. Because we feel that, I don't know, it's sometimes I think that we think as far as the other person's perception, I think that we think that if we don't give so much of ourselves to the other person or the other people, that they may not think as much of us. But what ends up happening a lot of times, people get used to, and now sister girl, you said, and now sister girl is something else. Yeah, that's for sure. You sure are. She's something else. She sure is. But I'm gonna tell you, when you have that perception of trying to assume what other people think of you, you better take the time to ask, because you can make that perception become a reality. And I mean that by saying, if I'm thinking, oh boy, if I don't do this for him, he's not really going to love me as much. He's, he relies on me for this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. Somebody will love you just because you are you. Okay. If they love you, whether or not you're laying sedentary on a brick or you're running around the brick doing all kinds of things for them, it should not be contingent upon what you can do for somebody as to whether or not they love you. Okay, because there may be a time where you can't move around and you can't do all those things, but the intention is there, but you just can't do it. And they should still care about you and they should still love you if they love you. Love does not have limitations. Love does not have to be obsessive. Okay, let's get this chicken in here.
Hey, well, it's definitely 100%.
Yes, so I got more stuff over here. So y'all know I'm gonna cook this chicken in this cast iron skillet. I have this over here probably for my onions because I have a lot of them. But I'm going to take this and move this over here, my little things. And I am gonna get a plate because I want to put my chicken on the plate. I think we'll wait, or we need to move over to the stove. I'm in front of the stove, y'all. Okay, I can't tell. All right, so I'm gonna get a paper plate because I want to put the chicken on it as I take it out before I cook it. So I'm going to spray my pan because that's what I do. Let me get my spray. All right. And let's spray my pan. Now, I told y'all I was going, you know me, I dig the pig. I'm not trying to put the pig out on y'all. So y'all can use whatever cooking oil you have because we're not using a whole lot of it. Use anything that can stand the heat. Canola oil, avocado oil, peanut oil if you want to. Okay? I like canola. I do avocado, but I do it sparingly because, honey, that stuff is expensive. It's all get out. Okay? But don't use olive oil, not unless you're going to mix it. Now, if you want to mix part olive oil in something that burns with high heat, then I say do that. But otherwise, don't. Because it's not going to work for you. It's going to burn your stuff. And whatever you do, don't try to fry chicken in butter. Ooh, please, don't do that. That's a big old no-no. All right, so I'm going to heat this up slowly, though. I'm going to put this on. Huh?
You want the thermometer?
Oh, no, not yet. I'm going to put this on like a low. You give me a couple of minutes. to put the flour on the chicken. It's before it starts smoking, y'all. Because y'all know it's going to smoke. And then I'm going to do my thing, which I'm not putting bacon on the chicken. I am putting some bacon grease in my pan. Yeah, I am. For those of you who dig the pig, you can do that. And Lois, I'm going to address what you said in my comments, Missy, because she said in my comments that chicken sandwich was doing it for her, but she kept seeing lamb. This is the lamb. I would tell you like this. My friend Lois, a lamb is not safe with her because Lois loves lamb. I could make 150. What'd you say? Yeah, cornell does. Yeah, it does. Lois loves lamb. So every time she sees something, she's thinking of a way to make it out of lamb. And so I have to accommodate her and find some lamb things for her because she loves lamb. She loves lamb. She loves other things, but she loves lamb. Mary had all those lambs just for Lois. Okay, so I'm going to put my little bacon fat in here. So this is about 2 tablespoons of bacon fat. I'm going to mix it with some canola oil because I need a little bit more oil. Now, when I'm pan frying, I am not submerging this. I am not deep frying. I am pan frying. So I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons to coat the bottom of this pan because this meat is big. And I'll be frying one meat at a time because this meat is big. Let me get that over here. Let me close. It's time for me to re-up with the bacon fat. Jerome, if you got your bacon fat, now's the time. Okay, let's get this over here. Put that back. And while this melts slowly, Miss Huckabee, slowly. Okay, I'm going to take one of these, just one, because that's all I can fit in there. I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to lay it down so I can open it up and let it get covered. Like I said, if you want to lay it on a flat surface, do that. You know, I hate dealing with flour. So I'm trying my best to make it as simple and less messy as possible. So, let's close that up. Just like that. So, Bill Sisson, you've been kind of quiet on this subject. What do you think? Do you think the song could be interpreted in a different way? Or do you really do think that, okay, this is a love thing and maybe this person needs time to realize that they really love this person and she should be there to being strong and being faithful and all those things?
Now, question. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I've kind of been talking with in my mind is like when they previously married. Because
I don't think they were married.
Okay, so you know how if you feel like you're married, you have a different set of vows to just the sickness and health and
okay.
Anything happens. Some people may really take that to heart, maybe more than they should, and end up in a situation where they're holding on for hope in something that may never happen. And I definitely feel like in situations like that, you definitely need to reassess the situation, maybe talk to someone about it, and realize that you deserve better than to just wait indefinitely for something.
Okay.
That makes you happy. You should look for what makes you happy.
So, beautiful assistant, you may not have heard everything she said. So what she's saying is it depends on what the relationship dynamic was for her that she's analyzing. She's saying that if it's a marriage, she's saying perhaps this is why she is still saying, you know, she's holding on for him to come back because the vows, and maybe he will realize the vows and the dynamic may be different. And she realizes the vows, and that's why she doesn't walk away as easily. I'm not sure that it was a marriage. I don't think it was. I think it was just a relationship, you know, because of the mother dynamic. When the mother came in, it's like, it said something about ran across your mama the other day, said you've been through a spell, had a bad breakup. So the mother knows that he's having these relationships. So I'm thinking that she was the girlfriend, the previous girlfriend. The mother liked her, the son wasn't cool, and went off and did his thing. Now, you see how nicely coated this is. Now, you can do one or two things when it's nicely coated like that. You can get my little grid here, and you can put it on here. That way, no condensation. It'll be really crispy. I don't have to do that because I'm going to do this real quick. So I'm laying it on this paper plate right here. Okay, and I'm going to get it in. But you want it to be coated like that. Okay, I think she was a girlfriend. I think the mother liked her as his girlfriend. But of course, we as mothers, we can't tell our children what to do. He has to learn through his experiences or whatever. I don't know. However, she was connected with the family. She still feels connected to him. You don't turn emotions on and off like that when you really, really do care about somebody. And that's what I was getting back to what I was saying before. If you can then see someone else and automatically feel that deeply, was it love? I'm not saying that's what she did, but that's just, a thought. So I'm going to put another one in here so I can get it ready.
Oh, Lois made a comment. She said, wow, I see now I messed up by soaking meat with oil.
She said what?
She said, wow, I see now I messed up by soaking meat with oil. I think she was talking about the meat that she was frying before.
What do you mean choking it? I don't understand.
Soaked it.
Oh, soaking it. Yeah. That's a thing. I'm going to tell you, Lois, the most important thing, the thing that I've seen a lot here where I am, like when you go to like Popeyes or something like that, and like I said, it's just where I am. When they do it right, they do it really right. And they take it out of the grease and they make sure that they put it on something to get pull that excess grease. The grease stays on there. The grease does one of two things. It absorbs into the meat. And if you have any flour content, have you ever had chicken and you bite into it and it's this goopy flour stuff underneath the skin, underneath the crust? Well, that's because it got too moist. Okay. And it had too much crust, which as you see, I want enough on here so you can taste my lovely seasonings, but I want not too much where you don't know it's chicken anymore and it's something else. I want you to taste it all. So let me bring this up now. So I'm going to bring it up.
Also, Miss Lois said she agreed with me about the perspectives on the like why she was so invested.
Yeah. If it was a marriage. But if it's not a marriage, but she could get this too. See, a lot of us get into these relationships that are not legal and we treat them like they are marriages. Okay. And it's fine. And like I said, I ain't telling nobody you got to sign a piece of paper because I know plenty of people who sign papers and they sign those papers and they say those vows and I don't know what they thinking because they're not really going to put up or shut up or be 10 toes deep. Then I know people who've been together for numerous years, never took those vows, and will lay their life down for that partner. So it depends on your loyalty factor, your commitment to the overall relationship. But two people have to be committed. One person can't think, and I said that before, early on when I started doing this show. If you go into a relationship or a marriage with an escape clause, the moment that you coming in there, you got the clause. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage because a relationship is not a guarantee. A relationship is a trip to a casino. Now, either you have enough money to play or you need to stay home. You try to stack the deck in your favor by learning the game. That's the best analogy. You learn the game so you know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Okay, you said mine is too greasy and hard. Well, because you're gonna see this today, Lo. You heat your grease. You want your grease to be a certain temperature, hot enough so when you drop a little bit of flour in it, the flour is dancing. That's the best analogy I can have. Or if you're fearless like me, you put a little bit of water in there, and your water gets to making the oil get angry. Or you put a screen on it and you do that. But your oil has to be angry enough and not smoking. You want your oil to be angry. The first heating of the oil is the initial. As you put batches in, that pan is going to be already hot. And as I said, it will brown it faster. So then you have to adjust your heat. You can't keep it at the same heat all the time, not unless you are deep frying. When you're pan frying, it's a delicate dance. And you want to make sure that it is fried enough before you flip it, or your coating will come off. If you overcrowd your pan, you're going to lower the temperature of the heat and the oil that's in it. So it's just that simple. I say when you're not sure, do one at a time. See how it works. Okay? And you can do it. And then once you take it out, the best remedy is to get this little thing, this little grit thing here, and put your meat on there, and it's going to take it away from the oil. It's going to be crisp. You let it rest, and then you got perfect chicken every time, or perfect something fried every time. Even a fried lamb. Yes. Okay, because that's good too. I'm so going to fry some lamb chops just for you. I sure am. Okay, let me check this out, because I let this go. You know, I had it started low. Right now, I'm smelling the aroma of my lovely bacon fat mixed with this. I'm going to put a top on it, because I'm going to try to start being, for those of you who are have been cooking since you was egg, okay, and I'm not afraid. You know, I'm going to show you how you can do the water thing without getting harmed. This is $1 at Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, and sometimes they come in packets of 3 for different size skillets or pots. So what I do is I get a little bit of water and I put it in here, or anything, you know, a cup of water on your hand. I take a little bit of the water and I just dip my fingers in, and I go over here. If I hear, like, you can't hear it. If I hear da, 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 it's not ready for me to put it in. But if I hear that means time to put the meat in. So right now it's a little agitated. It's a little agitated because it said, Casey, you made me wait. You made me heat too slow. Well, I had to talk to my people, so I think, like I said, in my mind, in conclusion, that it can be ascertained as several different scenarios, depending on the level of the relationship, whether or not the relationship was a legal one, whether or not how long it was, okay, who was really committed to who, and how deeply the pain is. But I do think at the end of the day, she needs to fortify herself, whatever the scenario, because she's the one that has her life in perpetual stance while he's out there doing himself. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying if he comes back that she shouldn't take him. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not going that deep. Not this week anyway. So we'll be moving on to my girl, Aretha. Okay, so Lola says, so you're willing to tell me I can't put it in the pan, go sit. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I want you to get a chair, sit by the stove. That's what I want you to do. You have been telling me for almost 3 years that you can't cook. I don't believe you. I think you don't want to have the kitchen rhythm. So you need the kitchen rhythm. It's not about you cooking. You need a kitchen rhythm. We're going to have to talk about that. Okay? All right. Let me check it out. See, that right there is mad. But I want to get a little bit madder. Consistent mad, you hear the crackling and it doesn't die down. Okay? So, as we wait for it to get even madder, we'll be talking about my girl Aretha. And I know for some of you, you probably don't even know what this song is. It's pretty old, but I had to give some fair play to all of the areas and let you see that I like all kinds of music. Aretha's song piqued my interest. I heard a young woman, I was doing a cabaret in New York maybe about 20-something years ago. And she got up there and she sang this song, and I had never heard it before. I don't know how I missed that one. But she did a darn good job on that song. And then I listened to the lyrics. Well, let me check this. Okay, now it's ready. It's ready. So, as you see, this is what's going on with my chicken. I want to make sure it's hot enough, because when I put this chicken in here, if it's not hot enough, it's going to jack up my crust. because I don't have tons of crust on here. Let me do it one more time. Okay, see, it's popping. Now I know it's hot enough. Let me get this back over here. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it how it should be skin side down into here. And I'm only doing one because I don't want to crowd the pan. And I'm going to stick this on top. I'm not doing no top. I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to take this down. It's on a medium high. I'm going to take it down to a medium, just a medium. Because you see we're smoking now. And then I'm going to be intentional, my Lolo, and I'm not going to get too caught up in what I'm saying, not to pay attention. Okay? I need another microfiber. Because I got flour all over this one. Okay, so. And for those of you, someone asked me, they said they were kind of afraid to wipe the stove while it was hot. Well, my stove doesn't get hot, so I can do that. So that's why I'm wiping. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. This got a little flour on it, so that's why. Okay, so let me, while I do that, because now the process is going to get faster, I'm going to make sure this is all shook up and this is covered so it can come right out the bag, actually, and go right into the oil. I'm going to get my tongs, but I'm going to use my big, giant fork because I like to be able to not mess with my crust. Sometimes you grab it with the tongs and the tongs will slide the stuff right off. So you don't want to do that. I did take it down some because it was a little high, and I think I'm going to bring it back up to a 6 because now the heat is kind of dissipating. And as I said, I want my crust to be my crust. It's important. It's an important part of the layer of the sandwich. Let me move it over, but it's not in the middle. Slightly move it. If it seems like it doesn't want to move, don't touch it, because it'll move your crust. Okay, so now on to Aretha, and until you get back to me, that's what I'm going to do. Excuse me, until you come back to me. The same thing, get back. Yeah. Well, so we have Aretha here, and I'm going to try, and I'm no Aretha, and Lord have mercy, these days with this, I have acid reflux, so it's been burning my throat. Can't hardly get the voice out. But I know I need something to drink first. I need. Now I'm gonna give me some water. I'm not gonna drink this thick thing before I hurt y'all this. But you need to hear this. And I don't have the water. I need some water. Okay. But I'm tempted to drink it. This is really good. This is really good. And it stays thick because mixologists used something called cream of coconut. I know a lot of people use coconut milk when they make pina coladas and stuff. He used a cream of coconut. So what you get is this thick, almost like a milkshake smoothie type thing going on. And it just kind of holds up and it's just sitting there looking all pretty like it's not real. It really is. So I'm feeling that. I can't wait. It's kind of like a fruity dessert. It's really good. And you can use all kinds. You can use frozen fruit, and you use real fruit too. So it's really tasty. It's not over sweet. It's just perfect to go with all of these flavors. It really is. So back to what I was saying about Aretha. So Aretha, I'm trying to get this water so I can sing these couple of lyrics so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So I won't do it until then. Okay, you don't have to top on it because. Okay, so I need some water. So I don't crack too bad. I'm a crack though. Okay. So the song goes like this. Let me remember. I'm gonna knock on your door, rap on your window pane. I want to tell you, baby, the changes I've been going through. Till you come back to me, that's what I'm gonna do. So she's sitting and she's waiting and waiting. Now, he don't call it. It says, though you don't call anymore, you don't call no more. I'm sitting here telling you how bad I feel. I'm waiting for you. Although I haven't heard from you and you done ghosted me, basically. Let me check this chicken. Okay, let's see what's going on. See, it's just a little light. I'm gonna let it cook a little bit more to the browns just a teeny because this is gonna be a double flip. When you double flip it, then it's done. Okay, so she's saying all this stuff. I guess she's saying it to herself. I don't know who she's saying it to. Okay, she's writing it down or something. She has gotten to the point where she goes to this person's house and she's tapping on the window. Okay, I'm just saying, it sounds like a stalking situation to me. Because if the person has not called, and that was back in the day when they had to call you and they didn't have cell phones and stuff. He's not calling you, he has ghosted you. You're not of any importance to him anymore, but you're sitting here, you're gonna sit here and I'm gonna rock in this chair. I'm gonna rock in this chair until you come back to me. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm not gonna make any moves, even though you haven't made any kind of inclination that you even want to see me anymore. I may have seen you across the street with the chick over there. It don't matter. Now, this is what I'm getting from the song. I don't know what anybody else got from the song. I got stalker vibes. What do you guys think? I mean, for me, that is why I said some of the lyrics. Now, I'm trying to think another handle on this other than stalker for me. Because you rapping on his window pane. I want to tell you, baby, the changes I've been going through. Till you come back to me, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to sit here and tell you all about the changes I'm going through. You're not even here. Okay? Though you don't call anymore. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody. You guys, I mean, my family. Put it in the comments. I don't know. Like, I was thinking, like, what if they have, like, a secret relationship, like, that no one knows about, and she's trying to get him back? We can't hear you.
I'm saying, what if she's trying to get him back?
I'm going to check the chicken while she says this, y'all.
I said, what if she's trying to get him back to being, like, the number one girl? Like, maybe she still comes to see her at night, you know, and spends time with her, but, like, doesn't answer calls or anything like that. But, like, it's kind of maybe giving little bits to her.
So what she's saying is, maybe she's the side piece.
Yeah.
And she gets the crumbs anyway, so he never calls. He just kind of slips in and says, I don't think that's what she's talking about. I think Beautiful Assistant has taken this way to the other level. I think she was the main girl. At least she thought she was. Okay, because at some point he used to call her. She wouldn't even say, you don't call anymore. Okay. She said, though you don't call anymore. I said something about she's sitting here in vain. And she knows this. But in her mind, the relationship she had with this person is bigger than what it actually was. Because I'm thinking that she was a convenience for him, and now he's found something a little bit more convenient, and she's yesterday's news. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking that she should probably hurry on over to the therapist and find out who she needs to be, and find somebody that's worthy of her. And she ain't got to be sitting there waiting until he come back. But that ain't what I'm going to do. That's just one woman's take on things. Anybody else? You say mixologist is awesome, Lois says about mixologist. Okay, I flipped it, guys, because it was lightly more brown. So now I'm browning it on the other side. He said thank you. Okay, so let me get this over here. Get this out the way. Make some space because I'll be putting that chicken on here. We're going to check it, make sure it's the right temperature. And then we sit it to the side because once we get our chickens done, we can build our sandwiches. And that's it.
Should I start melting the butter?
Yeah, you want to, not quite yet. When I get the last chicken in, then you can do the butter. The buttered bread, the buttered garlic herb bread. However, so that's my take on it. This right here, this song right here was pretty simple for me. Because it's like, okay, you just kind of revealed everything. Red flags, he doesn't call you anymore. Red flag, you're obsessed because you're creeping around this man's house or wherever he lives. Red flag, you need to get a good dose of who you are and move forward because he's not worth your time or your effort. Okay, but since we are honest over here, I've been that fool before. Well, you know what? The thing about it, the fact that you can sit here, Lois, and say that you've done those things before, but what did we say last week? Doing those things is not the issue. Being harnessing the hurt and learning from it and not repeating the process is what's important. Okay? It's nothing about being a fool because nobody has given us a rule book or a book on emotions. We just kind of go out there, we do it organically, and however it happens to us, it happens. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about that party. The party is when you keep repeating it over and over again, and you see it in the mirror, and you don't do anything. You don't try to change it. Like I got people I know, I can't meet anybody. I keep meeting the same people over and over. Remove yourself from the area that you're meeting. If you're staying in one place, hanging in one area with the same people, that's all you're going to meet. Take yourself to a grocery store in another town or another county and go over there and meet some other people. Okay? Do something different outside of your box where you can explore other things. Don't sit on the internet going into the same chat line meeting the weirdos. Okay? Because that's what you're going to get. Do something else with yourself. Build yourself. I am telling you. I promise you. The best attraction to someone who is real is to be who you are and not to try to be who somebody wants you to be. It's to show your strength in who you are. To be self-assured. Self-assurance attracts people. It really does. And when you're not self-assured, it attracts them too. Okay, I'm going to take a look with my little forky. But this will be, let's see, yep, ready to turn again. One more turn. Oh, this is looking lovely. So this is the third turn on the first side where the skin would be. We're still at a medium. We haven't changed the heat. Beautiful system is going to get out the thermometer because when we turn it again, it's going to be ready. And that's the first one. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We often forget, and that all goes back to self-love, putting yourself first, understanding who you are. You can't get what you want from somebody if you don't know what to ask for. If you just accept what they give you, because somebody smiles at you doesn't mean they mean you any good. They smiling at you because they smiling. Just like you look at a baby, and then you think the baby smiling at you, they say the baby got gas. Okay? So just think of it as all those smiles that someone is giving you is some gas. Give them a gas sex and learn who you are. Okay, that's what I say. This one, you know, people may disagree, and I hope that you have a different take on it. But see, I'm here to learn too. You know what I'm saying? I haven't experienced all of these things, okay? These things, these thoughts come, but because I haven't experienced it doesn't mean I don't think this stuff. And these songs like this help me come up with these thoughts. Because I'm like, somebody had to write this. Somebody had to go through this. A lot of people have gone through it, may go through it. And if you listen to some music, sometimes you might not. For real. Because music is like a great definer. It really is. And the better someone sings it, it just really personifies for you. You know, for me. Okay, so let me check this. Because it's smelling also lovely. Okay, I'm flipping it again. I think it's good for the flip. And that was only a couple minutes. Okay, beautiful assistant, I want you to stick that in there and tell me what you see. Okay, beautiful assistant's going to stick in the thermometer. It's 165, we're taking it out. And she's sticking it in the thickest part of the chicken. Okay, so we're going to let it sit for a couple more minutes. We're at 148 because I left this chicken pretty thick. Like I said, you can get, and let me tell you a great hack. Let me show y'all this. Because if you want to do it even quicker, we have it. What? The chicken breast. The chicken breast. I would just their chicken breast. Get it out. Okay. This is something that, like I said, if you want to do something and you don't want to have to do a lot of work, if you're going to have some processed food, I would suggest getting Just Bare products. And the reason why, and let me just read on the side here. It's very good. I of course I season mine so with KC Blessing and stuff like that. You need to season it unless you just like the flavor. But I like it because it has 14 carbs. It has, and this is breaded, okay, but it's lightly breaded like I like it. It has 22 grams of protein. So if you're looking to build your protein, this is it. It's 210, so it's portioned off for 210 calories. And it is just what you see right here is what it looks like. It's not overly breaded, and you stick. This is what you do. You stick it in the oven. I would suggest learning your oven. It's going to give you some instructions. This is how I cook it. I put it in the oven. I season it with my Casey's Blessing. I have this stuff when I want to make it spicy. That Frank's Red Hot comes with. They sell, and I sprinkle this on top on both sides. Then I get in the oven at 350, and I cook it 15 minutes on one side, 17 minutes on the other, or vice versa. Perfect every time. Let it rest. You can build your sandwich with that. It's going to be a smaller portion, but still. It's done?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make sure because this side, okay. So we're going to take it out. This one's done. And as you see, Lois, I'm letting some of the oil go in here just like that. So now I'm going to take my finger and I'm putting it on here. I'm just going to lay it here just like that. Okay, let me move that over for me if you can. I want to get the other one in. Because now I'm sitting here dying because she got grease on my area. When she opened it up. And this thing was doing a little splatter. So right now I'm going to put the other one in. Let me move this out the way. This one is sitting and waiting. So instead of me putting it on a plate, I'm just going to dip my hand in here, shake some excess off, and put it in here. Now, mind you, this oil is hotter than it was for the first one because it's already been seasoned. It had cooked this one. And so now you got to be mindful. This will cook a little faster. So now I'm taking it, just like I did the other one, put it in, just like that. Yep, and it's cooking faster. Let me get this off my hands. Put that screen on there for me, beautiful assistant. Yep. I'm washing the flour off my hands, but I had to stick my hands in there. Now I'll put the next piece in, and then I'm going to clean. Yeah, we're going to clean off that because you know I'm coming. Okay. Now this is cooking faster. So I'm going to take this down to a 5 because I already know that this is going to brown expeditiously. Let me get this in here, put another one in, close it up. Okay, just like that. All righty. Got this in here. Take this over here and clean that up. And then I'm going to let you guys see what it looks like, the one I just did. Let me move this over. But see, it's already the crust is already solidifying on this one because the pan is so hot. So I'm glad I took it down some because I don't want, with the paprika and the seasonings and stuff from Casey's Blessing, it can get dark quick. So let me let you guys see. This is what, you see how nice that looks? If you guys can see it, that's going to go on that big old piece of beautiful bread. Yes, it is. We're going to let that go over there. And we're going to watch this one. We're going to be intentional. We're going to watch this. Because this, like I said, is going to brown quicker than the other one at a lower heat.
It looks delicious. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to put this back. So just bear. I know they have them on Amazon. They may have them at your local grocery store. They're really, really good and quick. And you can do a lot with them. For real. And this has not been a paid promotion. I just really use these. See, I don't really talk about stuff that I don't use. When I start doing paid promotions, if I don't use it, you won't hear it from me. And they can pay me all they want to. But I'm not going to give you anything that I wouldn't serve you at my table. So, anywho, back to Aretha and her stalker qualities. Not her stalker qualities, but the song's stalker qualities. I will stand 10 toes deep that she needs help. in discerning what is important in a relationship, not being so involved to it teeters over to the obsession. And if she is, to kind of reel it in and kind of take some perspective and be good to herself. Be good to you before you're good to anyone else. And then you'll be even better when you're with them. And that's the truth. If you loathe yourself, you cannot be a whole partner. I don't care what nobody says. You can try to be as nice as you want to that person, but when you look in the mirror and you can't be nice to you, are you really being real? Or are you being fake?
Oh, that's what it said. How long would you say about it took to finish that one chicken breast?
I was running my mouth, Lois, but it's probably like 6 minutes on each side if you do just side to side. I do maybe like 3.5 minutes. Like I said, the first round is going to be the longest. So I said the first round was maybe 4 minutes. When I put it on the side, that would be the skin, but this is skinless. 4 minutes at the medium cooking, the highest heat after it's angry. Once it'll have, if you do the flour the right way and don't put too much paprika in it color, it'll have a light color, tan color. You don't want it to look floured. You want it to look like it's just getting that tan on it, not as dark. And you want to test your flour and make sure it's not moving. And you just do that with a fork. Just stick the fork in. If you pull that fork out and it's clean, that means that your coating is solidified and you can flip it over gently. Okay, flip it over, and then you do the same thing, about 3.5 minutes on that side. Test your coating. If your coating is coming with you and not staying in the pan, your heat is perfect. If your coating is staying in the pan, you need to pump up that heat one more notch because it is slowing down and it's starting to steam. You don't want it to steam because it's going to remove your coating. Once both sides are coated like that and it has crust over, it's still not done unless you got it really, really thin. So something thick like that's going to take a little longer. If you pound it or you get the thin cutlets, it's less time. You flip it again. You do another 3 minutes. Let that crisp up. And at that point, you want to use a thermometer, stick the thermometer in there in the thickest part of it. If it says 165, you can take it out. If it doesn't, you flip it for the 4th time on that other side. Let it cook for about 2.5 minutes. Stick that, it does about 2.5 minutes when you let it cook. Yeah. Stick that thermometer in there, and it should say 165. If it says it, take it out with your fork or your tongue or whatever. Be gentle with the tongue. Take it out and just let some of the oil just kind of get off of it over the pan. Then take it and put it on your rack and let it sit. It's not going to be submerged in the oil and get soft because the rack has distance between it and the cookie sheet. Voila, there you go. Okay, so let me cover this. I'm gonna check. That's not ready for that yet. I just put the first one on there. See, it's cooking slower now because I turned the heat down. So I'm gonna take it back up to the 6. And see, when you're doing these batches like this, you have to be mindful. You can't just keep throwing it in there and thinking that the temperature hasn't regulated in some way because you're not going to get uniformity. So you have to have conscious cooking. That's what I call it. I see right here, it was cooking too slow. So I'm not going to turn this yet. I took it up to a 6, and that'll be better for it. I'm going to drink a little water. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I took these songs, and that's what I'll be doing moving forward. Analyzing the dynamics of these songs gives us a different perspective, I think. Because, we all have heard these songs, some of them, all of them, whatever the case may be. And we hear them in a different way. We hear a lot of these songs as, okay, this is love, this is that, this, that, and the other. For some people, it is. I'm not going to say it is healthy love. Some of it is. Like the song that I'm about to go into now. I'm going to tell you like this. I think that this song, and Mary J. Blige has made a lot of records, a lot of music, because some of you don't know what records are, and I'm not going to go through all of that today. Because they're calling it something else now. They're not even calling them MP3s anymore. They're calling them something else. It's something else they're calling them now. Yeah, I don't know what they call it now, but they said it the other day when I was listening to I think it was Good Morning America, and Billy Joel's daughter was on there, and they said she releasing something. It wasn't an MP3. Um, in any case, she's made a lot. She's made a lot of good music, a lot of nice music. But for me, her older music as she matured, and this particular song, it just resonated with me. I love, love, love. I mean, her voice, everything about it. Me personally, and I think it's a favorite of a lot of people. And it may be touchy when I say some of the things I'm gonna say. However, there are different dynamics to what is happening in the song. I ain't talking about what's happening to Mary because I don't know her. She's singing a song. So I look at it as a song, not Mary's life. Okay. But there can be different perspectives to the song and the lyrics and the emotion behind it. Let me check this chicken. I didn't hear you. Okay, I'm turning it now. Okay, let me bring that down. I turned it. Let me take it back to 5 because it got a little hot. And I don't want it to get too hot. Now you said Lola said what? I said Lola said thank you. The explanation was very helpful. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's just, girl, let me tell you something. It's easy. It's easy. You just have to do what you do in your life. You multitask. You don't go, I'm going to tell you, I laugh at the timer cookers. The timer cookers, you can use timers pretty well when you're doing like casseroles or you're doing, I still have to look at myself. But when you're baking is more of a timed measurement science type thing. You don't want to experiment too much with baking. And once you get the basis of what things go together when you're baking, then yeah, you can, kind of freestyle. But it's a time thing. If it says 50 minutes and you got a certain kind of pan and your oven is level and your oven is real 350 or 450 or whatever it is, you can kind of sort of go with moving away. Everything else, if I were me, I'm over here checking you, okay? Because you may decide that it's a hot spot over here. There's not one there. Your floor may not be level. The front of your mac and cheese could be brown. The other part can't. You need to turn it around. It's a lot of different things. There's a reason why my food looks the way it does, okay? Because I'm intentional when I cook. Not that I'm magic. I'm intentional. And you too can be intentional, okay? That's that. Anyway, back to Mary, my favorite song. So, I'm just still thinking about Aretha. Poor Aretha. I tell you, I just see her tapping at that window. I hear them calling the po-po now. They probably, the neighbors probably can identify. Can identify the lady. And she's like, until you come back to me, I'll be here in the penitentiary. Anyway. And he's like, and I told you something wrong with her. That's why I ain't called him. He said, didn't I tell you something wrong with her? Okay, yeah. Okay. See, she probably showed him that side of her, and that scared him. And so he told her he was going to get some bread and then come back. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, so Be Without You. I love that song. So the song kind of goes on. She's talking about they've been together so long. Everything, they know each other inside and out. Okay. What they got is so strong, so deep. People didn't think it was going to be that, and it turned into that. She's at a place with this man, and I guess he's supposed to be the same way for her. Okay. We get her side of the story that she can't eat. She can't sleep. She can't think about nothing else but him. And if you look at my short, it's almost craveable, like this sandwich. She can't survive. She can't breathe because she needs to know that he's there, and she can't be without him. So I can understand that feeling. You get that feeling a lot when you first fall in love with somebody. A lot when you first that sense of infatuation there. You just have that thing where I'm not hanging up first, you hang up. Or you can sit on the phone with that person for 50 hours. I don't know for the life of me when I talk to my husband about for that long. I really don't. We stayed on the phone so long, so literally we could have talked 63 years. I don't know what we were saying. Sound good to me. Okay, it was working, whatever it was, and we did it, and did it, and did it. Okay, so I can attest to that part of it. And I tell you, I hear music. Okay, I literally would hear music. I still hear music when I'm not hanging out in the closet. But, but I would say I realize now at 40-something years that I love my husband. I am in love with my husband, but the kind of emotions that I had back then is not that intense to the point that, what time is it? Oh, he went to the bathroom. I'm sitting here waiting for him to come. Did he get off of work yet? I'm going to sit in the subway and wait for him for 5 hours. Did he get? Oh no. Not anymore. And I still am in love with him. Okay. But that was some borderline stuff, right? That was that, and they call it puppy love and all that there. Okay. It was like if there was, and we lived in New York, if there was 1 million people there, it was like the seas parted and all I saw was him. Now you know that ain't real. You know that's everybody, all these people here, all over, and all I see is him. All I hear is him. All I want to know is him. If everybody dropped off the face of the earth, as long as I could breathe the air he breathed, yeah. And hey, 100 years later, I still love him. But that could have been kind of obsessive. If I couldn't function, if I couldn't leave the house, if I couldn't do anything for myself until he appeared. Yes, you want the person you love to be near you or whatever. It's not ready. Yeah, you want the person you love to be near you and you miss them. And yes, I feel better when I know my husband is in the vicinity. I really do. But if he can't be there, I'm gonna adjust. I'm just gonna cease to exist until he comes through. Okay. And I know that's a metaphor. I'm giving both directions because I really truly believe this is true love. This can be construed as true love. However, you gotta watch the way you say stuff because it can be construed as other things. What do you think, beautiful sister?
I agree. That was absolutely one of my favorite songs. And it's like, so I'm trying to hear it.
No, because the thing is on. Okay, I'm flipping for the second time.
No, I was saying that was absolutely one of my favorite songs, and I can't help but to just say I always wondered if there was a little bit of like maybe dysfunction with the idea of that, but like when you feel like you've met your soulmate, or like the person you feel like you've like everything you can go through life through with them, you end up having these. I'm sorry, excuse me. We end up having these experiences with them. And it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. But first of all, the emotion behind it, the obsession, is really touching. It really is hard to feel that. I'm sorry. It's something that's very, very passionate for me.
Okay, well, let's hear the passion.
So this song really touches me because it's like, you feel really close to your partner. You feel almost as if it's obsession, but is it just really a deep connection and a deep like commitment to that person? So it's a question between the two. It's really hard to distinguish, but it does come with a level of needing to keep a level head while navigating through the relationship. And making sure that you are not teetering on the line of maybe a mental, illness or something.
Well, I'm not going to say you have to be mentally ill to be obsessed. Okay, because love can seem, love, the emotion of love can seem all-consuming. I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you what I think the difference is between obsession and love. So, and let me just see what I wrote. Okay, so I want you versus I need you. Okay, when you lose who you are in the midst of that love, if you can't still be who you are, and still value the things that you valued before you met this person. And this person can't value what you value, and vice versa. Then that becomes where it's all about them and none about you. Okay, then that probably is teetering on obsession, because even though you love people, you're not supposed to stop caring about you and yourself.
Exactly.
So that could be obsessive. Okay.
So that's why I say it's like about teetering on that line.
Right, and feeling like you can't function. That sounds like depression. Okay, that you can't function if this person is not around you, or you have to be with them every moment of the day, or because that's not real life. Real life means that we have to function as individuals in order to function as a team. Confusing the intensity of the feeling with being in love, because then in any relationships evolve, they differ, they metamorphosize into different things. Doesn't mean that the love is not there, doesn't mean you're not in love, it just has turned into something different, and you kind of pivot with it. Okay, so you're saying to me, if it ain't as intense when you first met them, then it's not love. But that's why you have to look at the intensity of what's going on. Because if you have that kind of intensity throughout a 50, 60-year relationship, and people have intensity, but it's still, like I said, it meters itself. You're burnt out.
So like you know, and like your needs and wants change over time.
Right, because you grow.
Like you still understand each other. You still have that click and that connection. And so that's why I said, like, that bond, and you know that you have that bond with that person. It sounds like it could be obsessive, but it could be interpreted as just someone who's really deeply in love with someone.
Yes, and I agree. Deep in love is different than tapping on the door.
Right.
And knocking at the window pane.
Right.
And then looking at the cell phones, y'all out there who got to listen to cell phones, or smelling to see if somebody else's perfume is on their clothes. And child, that's too much like work. See, for me, a relationship means that you are loyal. Your loyalty is what keeps you there. Your loyalty is what brings you home. Your loyalty is what makes you stay into the situation when it ain't that fun. Okay, that's what love is to me. Okay,
and it's a choice every day.
And it's a choice
every day.
Love is a choice. It's not something that is forced on you or made you do it or you feel obligated. It's a choice. It's a choice to be. Let me check that chicken. Chicken.
That's good. Should I take the temperature?
Yep, take the temperature. I think this one is ready. Let me get the other one in.
Yeah, that song is pretty great.
Yeah, and I love the song. I'm gonna stick to the fact that it was written in the spirit of being in love. So deeply in love for so long, they have a commitment beyond just man, woman, or a romantic relationship. It is
like family.
It's beyond all that. And I can relate to that. I can. And that's why I like the song. You know, so.
You want me to
is it ready?
Yeah, it's like
okay, let's take it out.
Okay,
let's get that fork. Okay, let's get that over here. And we're draining again. And this is very tender. Get this over there. Get the other one in. I'm gonna take it up to 6 because as the oil is starting to dissipate. I don't want to put more in, but I am gonna heat it up. Okay, and you can let them see what we got. For those people who are just coming in.
Let me bring it up close so you can see. Ooh, that's so pretty. That's such a pretty color.
And I'm putting this piece in.
Ooh, don't want it to start off. But can you guys see it? It looks good. And they just smell delicious. They are juicy.
Okay, getting that last piece in here. Oh, I thought that was the grease pop like that. That was the foil hitting. I'm like, oh no, it's really bad.
Okay, where we have more tissue? Okay. I like the silver.
Yeah, she's wiping stuff off. So, like I said, for me, reading out of this. For some people, they get one reading, you know, and some people they're going to just stick with what they know. You know, I try to look at things from a lot of different perspectives because there are a lot of different perspectives. Excuse me. There's a lot of different perspectives, and I definitely can say that. Okay, you can't really say it's one or the other. Once beautiful sister wipes that off, I'm going to caramelize these onions. That way we'll have them.
Okay, and I'm going to start the butter.
Okay. You can start the butter, but I want the bread to be hot, so I don't want to.
Well, I'm just making the butter.
Oh, you're just making butter?
Yeah.
Okay. She's just making the butter. And she can show you what she does, because that's what we want to do.
Yep.
Okay. It's very easy. We like to keep herb butter in our refrigerator, because we use it for a lot of different things.
That's like a go-to for everything.
Yes. And it's very helpful for a lot of stuff. Yeah. All right. So, and while she does that, if you give me a little bowl, I'm going to make my sauce up that goes on the chicken sandwich. So let me just get that.
You want this one?
Yeah, no, I want the small one with a top because I don't need it. And a fork. Okay? And we'll have that ready. And then we can just build the sandwich. Okay, so for now, I'm going to take these onions. And let me spray this pan. And I got the big pan because I want to get all the onions in. And I'm not, like I said, the onions are going to be caramelized and seasoned. And caramelized and seasoned. But they're going to be sweated. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking them apart. Okay, so let me take this out. I'm going to spray my pan. And then I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there. Get that over here. Just like that. All right. So I'm going to use the canola oil for this, y'all.
I am ready to make the herb butter, everyone. So I usually put I usually use 2 sticks of butter because I like to have enough to, use for a couple of days when I make it, since we use it on a lot of stuff. So I use the 2 sticks of butter. They're room temperature, so I can kind of break them pretty easily to mold them into the cup, because I'm going to microwave them and kind of soften them up a bit so that I can mix in the herbs and stuff. Break that in half.
Okay, you probably need to see that.
Oh,
And don't you normally use a bigger container? Like a bigger...
Oh, yeah, I've been doing it.
Yeah, she usually uses a bigger one because we have a lot. Okay, so let me just make sure everything's going okay with this. Let me move it over because, like I said, this is cooking much faster. We're down to the last chicken. And I'm only doing one at a time because the chicken is so big. You cut them in half and make 8 pieces.
Okay, so transfer to a bigger container. So it's going to melt down. I'm going to put it in for about 1 minute, and then I'm going to add my other seasonings.
And she's doing that in the microwave.
In the microwave.
Do we have more spicy mayonnaise?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to use, I want more to make more of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some regular mayo. I'm going to mix it with this.
Okay, so I can use some regular mayonnaise.
Okay, I'm taking it back down to 5. Oh, I took it up. Taking it back down to 5. And let me get something to scoop this out with. My mayo. I want regular mayo too. Because I need to make a lot of this sauce. Okay, so I'm going to mix this up, guys. And she gave me a little bowl. I was looking for more like the metal bowl, the metal bowls to keep it chilled. The little metal bowl. So this is very simple, but it's very good. It complements this sandwich very well. And it just takes it to a whole nother level. So I suggest that you do the sauce. I really do. And like I said, Hellmann's has a spicy mayo. You can make a spicy mayo with a little hot sauce and mayo, or you can use cayenne pepper. I'm going to use my little bowl here that I like because I can keep it chilled. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I am making more, I'm using regular mayo. I'm going to take 3 tablespoons, regular tablespoons that you use when you're eating, and just put it in here. Okay, that's 3. And not heaping. 3 of those. Put that back. And then I'm going to do a tablespoonful, because that's probably about how much I have left in here, of this spicy mayo. Then I have more than that, so I got about 2 tablespoons of that. And so I'm not going to have to put that much heat in here because this got the heat.
You want me to put the onions in?
Let's see if it's time. But I put it on low. So let's see. Yep, needs to go. So let's put these in. Okay, so I'm taking the onions and I'm putting them in. And I'm breaking them up. And I'm breaking them up so they can be individual. Or you can just slice them that way and just do that. Okay, putting them all in here now, but I'm not done. Now that I have them in here, I'm trying to break them apart, but you don't want to have lumps of onion on your sandwich. Okay, put the top on. Let me get it back over here quickly because right away my oven went off. You throw that away. So I'm putting it back up to a high. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to season it. So I'm going to put, well, you put whatever seasonings you want. Of course, I'm going to do the Casey's blessing on these onions. Casey's blessing, a little bit of pepper. That's it. I'm going to make it rain, just like that. A little bit of pepper.
Ah, perfect.
Okay, here she comes with her butter, so she's been telling you.
Yep. So
like that.
This is pretty much what you want when you pull it out of the when you pull it out of the microwave. I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty much completely liquefied. So that makes it easier for all the other ingredients to kind of get around all in there and be all seasoned through and through. It's delicious on everything you put it on. So I like to put Italian herbs. A pinch. It's just your forefinger and your thumb. 2 pinches for me. That's 1. I will be also using a little bit of basil, just for a little extra flavor. Another pinch. Next, I will use the squeezable garlic. It tastes really good when you finish mixing it all together. Okay. And of course, I put a little bit of Casey's blessing. That goes in everything. Casey's blessing. And
Okay.
Casey's blessing. Add a little fork. Just gonna whisk it all together. Stormy Short says, looks good. Thank you. I'm glad you're here to see these delicious flavors come together. You will love having these things in your kitchen. I promise you that. So that's pretty much it. You just mix it all together and then kind of let it congeal while the rest of your food cooks. And then by the time you put it on your bread, it should be a perfect spreadable temperature, and it'll be delicious.
Right, you're going to spread it on the top of your bread and on the bottom, the insides, and then we're going to toast it a little. Not a lot, a little. So while she was doing that, I put the Casey's blessing on my onions. My onions, I took them down to about a 3, so that's like a medium low. So they're sweating. Let me take them up a little more because this eye is pretty small. And I put some pepper, Casey's blessing, and a little bit of sweetener, a little Splenda, because I want the onions to have like a little sweetness to it. And you can put whatever you want as a sweetener. Okay, let me check this. Okay, so let me turn this over. Turning it that way. All right. Get back over here and make this sauce. So where we left off, we had 3 tablespoons, regular tablespoons of mayo. We had 2 tablespoons of the spicy mayo. Now I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. You can use whatever mustard you want, depending on how robust you want, but I don't want the mustard to overpower things, so I'm using Dijon because it's a smoother taste. Oh, this one's not open. Okay, while she opens that, I'm going to hit it with some Casey's blessing because I can. And you use whatever all-purpose seasoning that you like. Thank you. I'm going to hit it with some onion powder. Okay. All right. So I got my Dijon mustard in there. I'm going to do my onion powder. Just like that. And that's going to be a half a teaspoonful of the onion powder. And I'm going to put this top back on here. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to get some minced garlic. And I'm going to do a teaspoonful of minced garlic. Just like that. And I'm going to do my herbs. So I'm going to get a pinch. And that is your index finger and your thumb, or your forefinger and your thumb of basil. Just in there, just like that. And I'm going to get a pinch of parsley. No Italian herbs. And if you don't have the herbs, you don't have to do that. You know, I got to be extra, y'all. Okay. And I'm going to do just a pinch of salt because you have a vinegary component, of course, to mayo. So just a little pinch of salt, just like that. I'm not going to add any cayenne, even though I have the plain mayo, because this particular mayo is really spicy, and I don't want it to be overpowering spicy. And I'm going to put what else am I going to put in here? The thinking. Oh, the salt. Just a little bit more. Just like that. Okay. And finally, a little bit of honey. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of honey. I'm going to do my Splenda. Where, as soon as I find it again.
What's this one?
Yes, my Splenda. Okay, you can use honey. I'm going to use a little bit of Splenda because that cuts down on the sugar for me. Okay, so I put a squirt of that. You can use honey, a little bit of sugar, whatever, because that you want to have that balance. And I'll put a little squirt of honey in there just because I said I was going to do that. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'll mix it all up. Very simple. Very simple. This is not hard stuff. And then you just stick it in the fridge and let it chill while you are waiting for the rest of your stuff to get ready. And this is the special sauce that goes on this special chicken. Yes, I'm going to let beautiful sister taste it. Okay. Like that. And yes, I know I'm stirring it up with a spoon, but it's working. Okay. And the longer you let it sit, the thicker it is. So she's going to taste it.
Oh, that's tasty.
Okay, that's gonna be the bomb on that chicken. Okay. All that for you. I call them Asmir, but they told me it's ASMR. Okay. Everybody who likes the sound of kitchen appliances. There you go. Okay, so let me stick this in here while we wait. Okay, let me check my chicken. Okay, bring that over. Look how fast it's getting done.
It's so perfect.
Yes. I feel that's the third flip. One more and she should be ready.
Okay.
Let's take a look at our onion. That's looking good. It's sweating. Because you don't want them to disintegrate. You want them to have a little bit of bite. Okay, just like that. And beautiful assistant, you might want to start getting your buns ready.
Okay. I'm gonna turn on the grill.
Just like that.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, it really does. Okay. So, that's pretty much it. Now, once this gets ready, we're going to build our sandwich. And then we're going to get to getting that little taste. Let me move that over here. Stuff out the way. And then we can wrap it up about what I feel about these songs all together. So, probably gonna use the bigger one. Okay, so, see? Check that out. Because we don't want to get to the end game and they have burnt a biscuit. We don't want that. So, there is a contrast. There's a core and there's a contrast when it comes to these songs, these dynamics, whether it's love or obsession. You know, it's these conversations are about making you think, you know, and then you can kind of decide, you know, where I am and where you're not. And Lois said good night, Lois. And then you make those conscious decisions what you want to do or not. You know what I'm saying? Or if you just, you know, sometimes for me, knowledge is power. And so the more that I do stuff and the more that I learn and research and stuff, it sets a different veil over how I see the world and see life. You know, and so the point is that obsession can be mistaken for love because of the intensity, okay? But never get lost in the sauce. The sauce, yes, the sauce, okay? Don't be the chicken that gets lost in the sauce, okay? Love chooses, okay? Love feels peaceful. Love allows space, and love is, let me say this word, a mutual experience. It's not one-sided. It's a mutual experience, okay? Doesn't require you losing yourself in the abyss. Obsession is clingy. Obsession is overwhelming. Obsession creates anxiety. You hear? Yeah, it does. You think about it. If you're always on the alert, it's anxiety for the person who's obsessed, and it's anxiety for the person who's being obsessed over. Okay? And it is most often one-sided. So you got to think about that. So if you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick, maybe you're getting a little obsessed. And you want to think about that. So, like I said, have you ever stayed, and I'm going to put this question out there to everybody. Have you ever stayed longer than you should have because it felt too strong to let go? Think about it. Hey, somebody's been there. We've all been in these places in some area of our lives. It ain't no shame in that game. Okay, it's about coming to the realization that you want more for yourself, and you go get it. You know. Tonight we talked about love. We talked about something that appears to be love and can be the extra, or as you young people say, the most. Okay, but not everything that pulls you in is good for you to stay in. Okay, not everything that, hey, they said everything that glitters ain't gold. It can be platinum. It can be foil. It can cut you like that foil wrap cut me a few weeks ago. That was not fun. Let me check my chicken. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up because The heat is going down. Did you show them what you did with
Not yet.
your buns? How you coated them? See, like this is coming apart. It's so tender. It literally is coming apart.
Okay, so I already explained the ingredients that I put into the butter. Just to save time, I just pre-buttered them already. But basically, I can't really do a good part of it. I'm gonna slide it a little bit. I just basically took, because this is in a measuring cup that has a little spout on it, and I have a little fork. And I kind of just drizzled it over the bread, making sure that the seasonings and the garlic got on each of the buns. And now I'm getting ready to slide them into the broil for the first side, and then I'm going to repeat the same process on the underside too, and just brown it for a few moments.
And we're going to be intentional and watch it so we don't have what? Burger biscuit.
No burger biscuits here.
Okay. So you might want to try this thermometer
All right.
in this meat because I probably can move this because this tender is all get out.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right. Oh yeah, that's what we are done.
Okay. All right. So, yep, this one just kind of separated itself because it was so tender. But that's okay. We're going to slap it on bread too. Okay, we're going to get this last one in.
You going on 6 or $20?
6. Okay. We're going to get the last one in, but we are going to build our sandwiches while this is cooking because this is so much, and I know I'm not eating a whole one. Your sister's not going to eat a whole one. She's not, and she'll try, but so we're going to share one so we can have a taste. And we leave the big boys for the big boys. Okay, so let's get this last one in. Okay, just like that. And always, unless you're cooking more chicken right away, toss this cross-contamination. Okay? Let's get rid of that. And I will take these gloves off finally because I think I've got enough wear and tear out of them. Okay. All right. Okay, so our onions are done. They're really done. Now I'm going to show you guys. Turn it off. What it looks like to caramelize onions. You're sweating them. Okay, these right here. So they have texture, they have flavor, and they're ready to go on our sandwich as we build it. Okay, I'm going to turn this heat up. Now I'm going to leave it just where it is. I'm going to let this piece rest a little, and then we're going to start building our sandwiches. And the first thing we do is to melt our cheese, which I'll do in the nuker. The nuker, if you don't know what that is the microwave, y'all. See, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take this up a little because the heat is going down. The roof is no longer on fire. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So she's putting that back in. She put a little bit of the butter on the other side so she can put it back in. And for those of you who just popped in, we're making those luscious, delicious sandwiches that I hope you watched on the short. These chicken, delicious, obsessive sandwiches. Do we know the difference between love and obsession? I'm obsessed with this sandwich. I ain't even playing. I'm knocking on the door of this chicken. Yes, I am. So, like I was saying, because love is peaceful. Love is not demanding. Love, you have to work at these things, but it doesn't put you in a sense of panic or, as they say, anxiety. You're not afraid to let go. If it's time, it's time, But I will say this, for these 3 songs, It's a lot of teetering of obsession for me. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all. But there's some obsession. I'm thinking, and it ain't the cologne. Okay. Tell me what you think about it. Drop something in the comments. Hey, let me know how you feel about it. You may have a different perspective. I, on the other hand, say, nah. That's what I say. We're gonna build these chicken burgers, yes. Chicken sandwiches. Okay, so we're gonna get our pieces. We need to open up the lettuce.
Okay.
And get some plates.
You like to show off the bun?
Oh, you can show the buns, yes. Okay, so this is what your bun is gonna look like after you have toasted it and you have put your herbs on it and you sit them over to the side so they can get a little stiffer. So when they cool off, we're gonna get some plates and we're gonna start plating this stuff up.
Okay.
I want to get some cheese.
Oh yeah.
So get a couple of paper plates so we can melt some cheese. So get that cheese, and we're gonna melt our cheese on it, and then we're just gonna build our sandwiches. And it's important how you build the sandwich. You just slapping the sandwich together, yeah. But if you want to get the ultimate flavor out of a sandwich, you need to build it right, and you need to put it together right. And then you're going to taste every single dynamic of that sandwich. And then you get what you got on that short. And not just a chicken sandwich. Okay, you can lay that there. Let's open up the cheese. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, let me get me one of these here.
That chicken was fantastic.
Yes, put that on there. Okay, and put one on here. Just like that. So we're taking our chicken breasts. These are huge. And we're going to build it. Now I'm using a mixture of Gouda and medium sharp cheddar. You can use whatever cheese that tickles your fancy. I'm just waiting for beautiful sister to give me the cheese.
Okay. I'm just trying to open it carefully.
Okay, so there you go. And so I'm going to put one of each on there. I'm going to put a piece of Gouda on one side. This is pretty thick. And then I'm going to put a piece of the medium sharp cheese on the other. And then we're going to stick it in the microwave and melt it. Like that. Okay. Let me get this over here. Excuse me. I'm just getting this in the microwave, guys, and trying not to shake the computer in the process. I know Corey doesn't like tomatoes, but just get thin slices, guys. Yeah, I was telling them that, Corey's not a big fan of tomatoes, but he tends to eat them if they're sliced thinly. And that's part of the process on this sandwich, so we're going to see. I'm going to make a tomato lover out of him yet. As you can see, I got a lot of people with all their preferences up in here. Okay, not ready yet, so keep going. This cheese is pretty thick, so it may take a second. Beautiful assistant, if you could check that chicken for me, it'd be nice. Okay, flip it. Flip it good. Yeah, I can't get over to the microwave. Okay, so we got this one. Let's get the other one in. And I shook you. I'm sorry, I shook you guys.
Then Miss Deborah, okay, Miss Deborah asked, what type of cheese? So is that Gouda and mild cheddar?
And medium cheddar.
Medium cheddar. Excuse me. So medium cheddar and Gouda. And where did you get the gloves?
The gloves?
Yeah, that's what Miss Humphrey asked.
What, my plastic gloves?
Yeah.
Oh, Amazon. Okay, I'm just gonna fix my computer again because I shook you guys, and I'm sorry. Okay, so I have one melted. I need a plate. I'm gonna build this one so you can see one.
There we go.
Put this down. I'm gonna do a bun. This is the bottom, and that's the top. Okay, we got a bottom and a top. So what we do is we get us a knife. That's what I need. A nice butter knife. Yes, a nice butter knife. So I have my cheese. It's melted. My other cheese is on there getting melted too. Okay, I'm getting this on this big old piece of chicken up here on this big old piece of bread. Well, the bread is bigger, smaller than the chicken, but this chicken is huge. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sauce, if you're giving the sauce, and grab that chicken out of the microwave. And then you can bring it up on top and put the cheese on it. Okay, so I'm taking my sauce. It's been chilling for a few minutes. And you can let it chill for quite a bit because as you see, it starts thickening. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my bun that is herbed. I'm going to take the bottom half of my bun and I'm going to put some of that sauce on it. Just spread it, just like that, just a little. There on the bottom for a foundation for that chicken. And then I'm going to take this chicken, y'all, and I'm going to get it on here. And like I said, Deb, you don't have to use this kind of cheese. You can use whatever cheese you enjoy. And that's a fact. Whatever cheese you enjoy. Okay? This chicken is huge. Yes, I'm done with that. Okay, we got to put some cheese on this one. Get that in the microwave. So just one and one. You know. Yeah, I just put it together and just put it on the sandwich like that. Just put one and one on there. Okay, so I'm building that. So now that I have that, and I took the other, this is so huge. So I took the other part of the chicken and just put it on the side, but you have your sauce on the bottom, and then what you do, you take a little bit and you put a little bit of sauce right there on top of the chicken, just a little, just like that, and kind of spread it, just like that. Because you want to taste the flavors in every bite. So you do that. And so now I get my tomatoes. Where are they? And I need my lettuce open. I have my tomatoes nicely sliced, nice tomatoes. They want to open that. And what I want to do, I'm going to dry these tomatoes off. I don't like my tomatoes to be wet. Because what it does is make for a soggy sandwich. And you don't want a soggy sandwich. You don't want tomatoes to be soggy, and you don't want them to be like they do in some of these fast food restaurants. They nuke your tomatoes and then they cook. Okay, so I'm going to put my tomato on here, just like that. And I'm going to go light on this because this one will be for Corey. And I'm drying them off. You can dry your tomatoes before, if they're very juicy, dry them before, you cut them. Cut them a little and then dry them. Okay, so I'm going to put this on just like that. So we have our tomato. Now I'm going to hit this with a little bit of black pepper. Tomato. Because you want to season everything. Okay, a little bit of black pepper. And then I'm going to take some lettuce. Like that. Now you can do one of two things. You can take your lettuce and you can put it on the bottom of the bun, or you can take your lettuce and put it on the top of the bun. Okay. For this sandwich, I'm going to put it on the top of the bun because I know Corey doesn't really like tomatoes too much. For the next sandwich, I'm going to show you how I built it for my short. Either way, it depends on what flavors you want to taste first. Corey doesn't like tomatoes that much, so I'm trying to do a little camouflage for him. Okay, so I'm going to take the onions now, these caramelized onions, and I'm going to put some on the sandwich. So let's get a fork. And let's get these caramelized onions and put some nice little bit on here to keep us like that. And they smell so good. Now, I really like to have them in rings. Beautiful system kind of chops them. I like them in rings because they kind of sit on the sandwich easier. You know, I'm all about the visuals, y'all. Now, see, when he bites this, he's going to be like all over the place. Okay, so now I have, this is what you got going on thus far. So, to end it all, we're going to take it. Let me get his onion back up there because they're falling all over the place. So, note to self, slice your onions and not cut them in smaller pieces. Okay, so now I'm going to take the top of this bread. I'm going to put some more sauce on here to help my lettuce have a foundation for him and to give him a nice last flavor. So when he eats this, it's going to be nirvana. I'll take a little bit of lettuce and I'm just going to take them and I'm just going to stick them on top of here. Just like that. And this is how Corey eats his sandwich. Okay, now I'm going to show you and let him come get it. And he can tell you what it tastes. I can show you what it looks like. Let me just clear it off. Corey. Okay, your sandwich is prepared. You can let them see what you got going on. And this is a special Corey sandwich because he doesn't like tomatoes. And so we're not going to let that be the first thing that he hits. But the tomato is quite now. Okay, y'all see what I'm talking about? That's Corey's. Okay, let me move out your way and I'll keep building the next one.
Get a good look at that sandwich. I wonder if the lighting was off.
Oh, I showed it to him.
That was good. As you were turning it, it was starting to show up.
All right. Now we go into the taste.
Chicken. You put our little one in.
Who should I put what?
You put ours in.
Yeah, put it in the microwave.
That right there is delicious.
What was that?
It's really good. I'm loving this.
Okay. Hey, can we
Chicken
get
is
some
nice
words?
and crispy. It's also very tender. The flavors just come together so wonderfully. I didn't even notice the tomato in there. But I'm looking at caramelized onions. 10 out of 10. Got to do this again.
Okay, we can turn that overhead hood off because you can't hear anything. Okay, thank you.
That's fine right there.
As I was saying, chicken is nice and tender and crispy. It's absolutely delicious. Caramelized onions, they just like, it's one of my favorite elements to a chicken sandwich like this. I didn't even taste the tomato in there. I know it's in there, but I didn't notice. So that's a good thing.
But did it enhance your flavor?
I would say it did.
I know you don't like tomatoes.
Oh well, I mean, like I feel like it does. It's not terrible.
Okay, great. It's not terrible.
I'm usually not a tomato guy, but It's good. It's good.
Don't judge him. He don't like tomatoes.
No, I'm not a tomato person, but this is delicious.
Okay, so we're going to build the next sandwich the right way. Okay, so the next sandwich, like I said, I used the bottom half. I put some of the sauce on there. Now I'm going to put my chicken on, and it will be like the one you saw in the thumbnail. Okay, we have our lettuce. And you can use whatever kind of lettuce you want. If you want to use shredded spinach, you can do that too, or just whole leaf. I like shredded green leaf, so that's what I'm using. I am taking this beautiful chicken and putting it on here. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the sauce, same thing, but the bottom is you start on the bottom. So he and he. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to spread it. And I'm going to take our tomatoes because I need to twist. I'm going to use a paper towel because that one's a little wet. Okay. I'm just going to dry it off. Yeah, but I already have these on here, so I don't want to waste them. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 tomatoes, one on one side. And beautiful assistant and I are going to share this because the grill master is in La La Land. That means he's asleep. So he may or may not get one of these. I don't know. Do I hear creeping?
I do.
He may have heard me. He may have heard me. I don't know. We'll find out. But if he doesn't come in here in the next couple of minutes, we're going to eat it. And he'll be waiting. Okay, so we put this over here. Okay, so now you have your tomatoes. I will hit it with the pepper. Just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to put those lovely caramelized onions on. This was done?
Yep.
Okay.
Right now.
And get them on here. Just like that. Did I hear the pitter patter of Grill Master feet?
Yeah, you do, darling. Yeah,
I think he thought second when he heard that the sandwich was ready and we was gonna eat it. And we were gonna eat it, y'all. That was a wake up call. Okay, see, his sandwich is built the way it should be.
Oh, what?
Yes. We built a special Corey sandwich because Corey doesn't really like tomatoes. But now we're building it like it's supposed to be.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay, so now, as you can see, now we're going to stick our top. That is herbed and buttered, and put that sauce on there, just like that. And spread it on real thick, because that's how he like it. Nice and messy. Okay, just
Should
like
I get
that.
other little piece in there too? Or we go?
Yeah, put it because we gotta make our sandwich.
Okay, well I have this one too.
Okay, well no, you don't have to do the other one because I'm not gonna eat that much.
Okay.
Okay, all right, this is humongous, y'all.
Yeah.
As you can see. Okay, so let's bring it a little closer. If you can see, if you like what I'm seeing, if you like what you're seeing, hey, so you like it. Like you like.
That thing.
Yes, this is massive. I'm going to give it to the grill master.
Yeah.
He's going to tell you what he thinks way over here.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Auntie Teresa said hello, Dad.
honey, this is massive.
Yes, I want to see what you do with that. Hey there, sis. And sis said hello to you, bruh.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Let me take some stuff.
Oh, my God.
Okay, taste it.
What you think? You want another plate?
Yes. I think we can have, yeah.
Oh, honey, you outdid yourself with this here.
You like it?
This is, oh, my Lord. I ain't never had a chicken sandwich like this.
And you never will. You never will anywhere
Wow.
other than here at Casey's place or in your home. So if you're just rolling up in here, y'all want to watch this again so you can eat this. Okay, because I'm here to tell you. I already know it's the truth. So let me build one for beautiful assistant, and I'll take a little taste of that. Okay. Again, if you're just coming in, we've got our special sauce on here, special KC sauce for this on the bottom. Then we're going to take us some lettuce, whatever kind of lettuce you like. I have green leaf shredded. Okay, and I'm going to stick that on the bottom, just like that. Now I'm going to take this beautiful piece of chicken, and we'll probably take half of this because we're not going to eat it all. Okay.
No way.
Okay, I need to cut this, so.
Okay.
I'm taking this and I'm just putting a little piece on there because me and beautiful sister not gonna eat all this. Okay, I'll put that little piece on here. This is okay. Stick that on there, just like that. You take the other piece over there.
My God, it's so crunchy.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of sauce. He's still talking about it, y'all. Talk louder.
It's so crunchy and chewy and juicy and.
Is it moist?
Moist.
That's what I want.
Very moist. Oh my
okay,
God.
but it's crunchy and moist at the same time, which is important, guys, and that's what that brine does. I need paper towels again. They keep going away.
I'm behind you. I'm finding some more here.
Yeah, that's too far away from me. Okay. So I'm drying off the tomatoes because I don't like soggy tomatoes on my food. Because it just wets up everything. Okay, so we're putting one tomato on ours, guys, because we're not trying to go huge like they do.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
He'll be over there. He'll be in a real coma for real. Okay, so now we're gonna put. This is what we got for beautiful assistant. Myself, we took it down a little. We're gonna get some of these onions on here. Just like that.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, taste. What does it taste like? You're just talking, making sounds.
For me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, baby, this. Wow.
It's the best chicken sandwich you ever had in life.
And
not because you know that.
Ever.
And not because I'm your wife.
No. This is a $50 sandwich right here.
A $50 sandwich. He done made it. I'm putting some pepper on top of here.
And it's worth it though.
God.
Okay.
Between the drink and
Okay.
the delicious sandwich.
There you go. Have yourself some nice fries with this. I'm not trying to wait for all that because, I'm hungry. Or whatever else. You can have a salad. You can have a lot of different things. So now I'm going to take this and I am going to slather it with some of this lovely sauce. Corey has completed the task. He finishes food.
Wow.
Oh, Corey couldn't even handle it all. He said he couldn't handle it. Okay, so now I'm taking this bun, sticking it on the top. This is a beautiful herb bun.
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
you drink?
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys see. Okay, there you go. We're gonna cut this in half so we can both taste it. Can we get a nice sharp knife so we can cut this in half and you can taste your half and I'll taste mine? And we'll do two taste in one, like the Doublemint twins. That's what we will do. We'll get that over here. Yes, we will. I'll wipe my hands off. I can't wait to taste it.
It smells.
This is a beautiful sandwich, baby. This is
See?
Oh my God.
And this is from a husband who complains about chicken. I tell you, you can do some wonderful things
Oh
with chicken.
my God.
Yes, they probably need something bigger. But this
Think
is,
so?
yeah, but this is
I can get something.
this sandwich is a beast. Okay, let's see if we can cut it nicely without it making a mess. How about that?
I'm saying that for sure.
Okay, I'm trying to cut it so it doesn't make a mess, y'all, because we're sharing. Okay, all right. So this is what it looked like when you cut it, I guess. Let me let y'all see this.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Y'all see this?
Ooh.
Okay, there you go.
That's
Okay.
beautiful. Tell milk cheese?
There you go.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, Tillamook cheese. Yes, it is. I love Tillamook. Okay.
That's the kind of cheese you got in there?
Yeah, Tillamook. I have Gouda, and I have a medium sharp cheddar.
Wow.
Okay, you can come over here. Says I'm trying to set mine up so it don't fall apart.
Mm-hmm. Mm. It's interesting because it depends on the layer that you bite into first, and the order in which the seasonings hit your tongue.
And you see how messy it is. It is really messy for
It
real.
is very messy, but it's very, very delicious. It's a slight tanginess. You get almost like a zesty, almost like Thousand Island-y ranchy kind of flavor from the sauce with the cheese. I never thought about a combination of Gouda and cheddar like that, but they balance each other out really well. And all of the flavors just really, all of the flavors really just marry each other really good. The balance of spice, like the spice is kind of like mellowed out. You get that little bit of kick, but it's not like, oh, it's burning like 5 alarm fire. It's very, very tasty. Just enough just to wake you up a bit. But it's a lovely marriage going on in your mouth. It's great. It's delicious. You want to make this. And definitely don't forget to share this with everyone you know, because they will be mad if you don't.
Yes. If you are a crispy chicken, or a chicken, you like these sandwiches from Wendy's and stuff like this, honey, they can't touch this. I'm just telling you. And I haven't put it in my mouth yet, but watch this.
Wow.
See him? Oh, baby.
Slap your mama.
Slap the whole family. Everybody get a slap. Pat, pat, pat.
I think I see the family outside.
Oh, let's go get him.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. When I bit into this, and see, chicken breast can get dry. This is crunchy on the outside, but the inside is so moist and it's thick. Building the sandwich the way that I built it, the sauce on the bottom, the lettuce, the sauce on in the middle, the sauce on the top. You are getting every flavor that you saw me put into all these things right here. I've never tasted a chicken sandwich like this. I'll be totally honest.
Me either.
For real.
Wow.
Good night, T. I'm eating this. It's so good. We about to get out here, y'all. Okay, so let me tell you this.
Delicious.
Our dynamic tonight, love of our session. Is or is it ain't? For some people it is. So some people they need to reevaluate. Some people you really are in love. And I'm happy for you. We learn some things all the time. This here is an obsession, and I don't want to quit it. Okay, so you need to make this. In any case, I hope that this has been as good for you as it has been for me. For all my new family coming up in this here piece, please come again. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. Turn on those notifications, y'all, so I don't have to keep sending y'all stuff to make you remember for my family that's here. Okay? And hit that like button because I'm going to be here each and every week. This is home for you. This is just one of the houses in the Flavor House. Well, tomorrow, come on over to Weekend Eats at 7:30. We're going to be doing some things over there you're really going to like, for sure. And I don't want you to miss out. And as always, y'all know what I wish you. I want to wish you some love, some peace. But I also wish that whether you have a relationship that you are trying to maintain, navigate, grow, get one, or one with yourself, find the courage to find your rhythm and dance.
Hey.
Know that Flavor House and the Love Rhythm Recipe is home with no judgments. And I'm going to see y'all next week. Yes, I will. Make the sandwich. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm going to eat this. Oh. And
Oh.
And this your thing too. Delicious. Bye, y'all.